Welcome to another edition of our YouTube channel, Southeast Asia Vibes, The Good Life. My name is Victor. I'm a former resident of Canada in the United States. Ever since I was young, I always wanted to live in a beautiful tropical paradise. So when I was able to, I moved to Miami, Florida. And Miami, Florida, Fort Lauderdale, the South Florida area, in my opinion, is one of the most beautiful places in the world. When you live in a tropical environment with beautiful weather year round, it really can enhance your quality of life. So that's why I've always wanted to live in a tropical place. Now, unfortunately, in Miami, within a span of 2 to 3 years, my rent literally tripled. Food prices were rising. It just became unaffordable, and reluctantly, I left. From there, I moved to another beautiful tropical destination. I moved to Honolulu, Hawaii. I was living in Waikiki, which also became increasingly unaffordable. At that point, I said to myself, there has to be places in the world where I can live a Western standard of living like Hawaii or Miami, but for much cheaper. That's what brought me, and not only me, but several of my friends here to Southeast Asia. I'm here to tell you that you absolutely can live the life of your dreams working 2 or 3 hours a day, a life of leisure like you're on vacation every day, if you know what you're doing. Now, a lot of these other YouTube channels, they tend to sugarcoat things, exaggerate things. They only want views or subscribers, and they make it sound like it's easy to work online, make a lot of money remotely. That is not true. And a lot of the things what they're suggesting, they do not materialize. They're mostly nonsense. However, several of us have been living here for 8 years now. We know exactly what works because we've been doing it ourselves, our source of income online. And I am here to tell you that you absolutely can live the life of your dreams here. Make no mistake. But if you don't know what you're doing, will be a quick one-way ticket back home. We get several inquiries daily from people seeking our advice, our guidance, and we can answer all your questions by email one by one. Many people also prefer a WhatsApp phone call. We can do that as well. Let's get started in today's video. In this video, we're going to discuss if Mindanao in the southern Philippines is safe. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and a lot of that misinformation is from other foreign YouTubers uh, about Mindanao. Now, let me be clear. Mindanao is generally safe except for southwestern Mindanao. Now, what do I mean by southwestern Mindanao? Zamboanga, Sulu, Basilan. Those places are very dangerous. Do not go there at all. Although, generally speaking, if you just stay within Zamboanga City itself, I do think you're okay. But going to Basilan, Sulu, and outside of Zamboanga on the southwestern coast of Mindanao is extremely, extremely dangerous. And I'm going to take it a step further. Any rural part of Mindanao, regardless if it's outside of southwestern Mindanao, any rural part of Mindanao, that means northern Mindanao, northeastern Mindanao, central Mindanao, any rural part of Mindanao is not safe. I would not go there because you have a lack of police, a lack of enforcement. It's somewhat lawless. And I absolutely do not recommend to go to any rural part of Mindanao. Case in point, Davao City, Davao City, Cagayan de Oro City are very, very safe. In fact, Davao City is consistently rated as one of the safest cities in the world. I have lived there. It's absolutely very, very safe. You don't that's not even a concern. However, literally 10 minutes by boat from Davao City is an island called Samal Island. In 2015, two elderly Canadians, a Norwegian man, and the girlfriend of one of the Canadians were kidnapped from the Holiday Inn Ocean View Marina on Samal Island. and they were forcibly taken by boat from Samal Island to Sulu, where they were held in the jungles, the hot jungles, just miserable, horrible conditions for 8 months, because the Abu Sayyaf terrorists were asking for a ransom payment from the Canadian government or from the families of their kidnapped victims. And after 8 months, they set a deadline. After about 8 months, the deadline passed. The two elderly Canadians were beheaded. I cannot make light of this situation. It's a very serious incident. Also, there was another German fellow, Norgin Cantor or something. I forget his exact name. He was also beheaded and kidnapped from Mindanao a few years back. So again, I'm not trying to scare people, but Davao City is very safe. If you're in big cities in outside of southwestern Mindanao, do not go there at all. At all, it's a complete 100% no-go zone. But bigger cities outside of southwestern Mindanao, within Mindanao, are generally safe. You again have to avoid rural parts of Mindanao completely. Davao City, no issues whatsoever, very safe. Cagayan de Oro, very safe. Even decent sized cities like Tagum are also safe. But do not go to any rural parts of Mindanao or even islands in Mindanao. That's it for this edition of Southeast Asia Vibes to Good Life. Until next time, take care, everybody.